I've become less attentive to end-time prophecy theories, but I am intrigued by how individuals are reconciling the concept of peace in the Middle East and the Antichrist, given the prevailing teachings of dispensational eschatology and the events of today. I'm Scott Lloyd, author of the book The God I Was Given, and scholar of race, religion, culture, and communication. The theological system which dominated the 20th century American evangelical thought divides history into distinct dispensations or periods characterized by specific interactions between God and humanity. According to this framework, we are currently in the church age, which will culminate in the rapture, where true believers will be taken up to heaven, leaving the rest of the world to face the 7-year tribulation under the Antichrist and his rule. In classic dispensational teaching that was made popular by Hal Lindsey's The Late Great Planet Earth and the Left Behind series, the Antichrist then emerges as a charismatic leader who brokers a peace treaty between Israel and its Arab neighbors, achieving a long-sought goal of peace in the Middle East. But according to the prophecy charts and sermon illustrations from my youth, this peace would prove deceptive, as the Antichrist would eventually betray Israel, desecrate the rebuilt temple in Jerusalem, and unleash global chaos before the final return of Christ at Armageddon. Now, I don't subscribe to any of that anymore, but I find it interesting that many evangelicals who once warned against the leader who would broker peace in the Middle East are now celebrating one of their own political champions for achieving this very feat. Now, I'm not suggesting that President Trump is the Antichrist, and I never have, as I no longer subscribe to dispensational eschatology. But I am curious about how those who did and still do take those old sermons and charts seriously. Should this not at least raise some theological eyebrows? The fact that the peace broker has become the hero of the very movement that warned against him highlights how belief can be adapted to fit our political agendas. Perhaps the real revelation here is not about prophecy, but rather how easily people will reinterpret Scripture to protect their chosen idols.